Welcome back to another Versus. Today we have Daretti, Savant versus Ezuri Renegade Leader. I kind of threw this together today. Gonna be a bunch of elves. This is gonna be fun.
And this will be the last time that we see Daretti in his close to pre-con state. He is going to be cut down to be part of this.
He's building an Eldrazi deck. A Mael Eldrazi deck. Some of the cards he has is ridiculous. I'm really excited to see that thing put together. I will go Burial Druid and pass.
Land for turn.
Copperhorn Scout. That is, whenever it attacks, untap each other creature I control. I guess I should have gone for the turn 2 Ezuri, but...
Land for turn. Sack my Wayfarer's Bauble.
Yep.
Search for basic land. Put it onto the battlefield. Tap.
Turn 2 Ezuri just doesn't quite have the same ring as turn 2 Yisin. Pass after that?
Pass.
I will cast Argothian Elder. It is an elf. I can tap it to untap 2 target lands. Attack you for 1.
Alright, so I'm going to play Dormant Volcano. Comes in tapped. Return a mountain to my hand.
And that's the one that taps for colorless and a red. Okay.
I'm going to tap for 1 red. Play Goblin Welder.
I will play Nykthos. Shrine to Nyx. Go 2 Priest of Titania.
Oh god. The mana fixing.
I'll pay 2, I'll activate Nykthos for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap Argothian Elder to untap 2 target lands. I'll choose Nykthos and a forest. I'll go down to 3 and tap that one for 2. I'll activate Nykthos again, going up to 7. I want to really play what's in my hand here, but I think I need to go Ezuri at this point and just waste all the mana that I produced. I shouldn't have done that. Attack with Copperhorn Scout.
Alright.
And I will untap Argothian Elder and Burial Druid.
Tap for red, a colorless, and a red.
3.
Play Bottle Gnomes.
You sacrifice Bottle Gnomes, you gain 3 life.
So this is the beginning of something else that I want.
So let's see here. 5, tap 2, Nykthos for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll tap Argothian Elder to untap Nykthos and a forest. I have 11 floating. Go down to 10 and 1 to activate Nykthos again for 16. I will activate Yisin, I'm so used to it. Ezuri's ability 5 times.
You said 5 times.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I'll activate Ezuri's ability 3 times, because I have 16 mana. I'll have 1 floating. All my elves get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. So this one's an 11/11, 10 and 10. I will attack out. When he attacks, I believe these all happen at the same time, so then I would untap.
Correct.
All of these. So in response to the untap, I guess, I'm going to tap Argothian Elder to untap Nykthos, as well as this. I'll pay 2 to activate Nykthos for, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'll tap Priest of Titania for another 5. And I'll activate Ezuri's ability 2 more times.
Okay.
So these 3 are getting +15/+15.
Correct, but they wouldn't get it until after their first attack phase.
No, this is in response to the untap. So I can activate this at instant speed.
Correct.
And it would power them up.
But for this, when this attacks, your attack would have to resolve, correct?
No, it's just when I declare attacks.
Okay.
So I declare attacks with it, because
so
it's
then
not...
it would continue to add counters, so they're +15 each, and
right.
That's game. So that was a lot of fun, in 0 ways at all.
Elf beatdown.
Super fun.
Wow. I didn't combo.
Yeah, you did. Still comboed off.
It's like a 1-2 punch, I guess.
And that's a fine combo. It just... Yeah. Not what I expected that quick.
Yeah, actually me either. I was not expecting that.
I think that the attack would have to resolve before... Let's see. Whenever it attacks. So actually, when it attacks, it would untap the creatures.
They attack at the same time and tap.
And then they would all untap.
And then, it's other creatures, so then just everything else would untap.
Yeah.
and then I can respond to that because these are all like instant abilities that I could do.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to then declare those as attackers after because
No.
you've already declared
No,
these.
that's why I just use these to untap and use them for mana.
Next turn was Worm Coil Engine. Yeah, I could have sacked this for 3 life and still died. That would have... That... Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
I kind of was. Once you started your Nykthos chaining, I knew where it was going.
I'm sorry. I wanted to build something a little bit slower, but that was
faster.
That was
actually just as fast.
I'm so like I've been ruined by bases
because they play that type of meta.
They play that. Well, that was a game.
that was a game.
Well, usually like in 1v1s they go whoever loses goes first.
Oh yeah, no. I'll go by rules. By rule. I mean, there you go.
Double sixes.
Yep. It's your turn, right?
No, that was your turn.
I played my land for turn.
Yes. I want to cast the Llanowar Elves, putting a 1/1 counter on Elvish Vanguard. I'll use the other one to cast Elvish Mystic, putting another counter on Elvish Vanguard, and I will attack for 3.
Alright, I will take that 3. I'll tap for 1 and add the Goblin Welder again.
Well, what do you know? Untap, upkeep, draw. I'll play a land for turn, pay 3. I'll cast Ezuri, putting a counter on Elvish Vanguard, pay 1 to play Crop Rotation, sacking this, Mr. Nykthos.
Alright.
Then I'll pass. Oh, actually, I'll attack with a 4/4.
Alright, and I will take your 4 again. Right now, before I go ahead and do anything shenanigan-wise, let me go ahead and start this off with tapping this 4. I'm going to put it down enchantment. War's Toll. Whenever an opponent taps a land for mana, tap all lands that player controls. If a creature an opponent controls attacks, all creatures that opponent has attack.
Okay. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. It would trigger, in response to the trigger, I would then tap Nykthos for the devotion, and then that would resolve, and say, like, tap out the other lands if I had any other lands.
Yeah, I don't know.
That
That's a
would
good
trigger?
question on whether that's tapping that before you get to use the ability on that or not.
I believe I can respond to the trigger, but I don't know.
I'll look up the judge. We'll act like that's the case right now, and I'll just look up the judge stuff later.
I'll do it differently because I don't know. For now, I'll tap the 2 elves
for mana,
for the green to get the Nykthos, which will be 5.
And then that would tap out your 2.
And then that would also still tap out the 2, yes.
It's just interesting to force the full tap out of it. That would probably work pretty good against a blue deck if you could get it in early. But the only thing is now I gotta live through the attacks if you're forcing attacks.
I'll go down to 4 and I'll cast 1,000-Year Elixir, which I can activate abilities of creatures as though they had haste, and then I can pay 1 to untap target creature. And I'll cast Well-Wisher, which
gives you a counter.
Which gives this a counter.
And you can tap and gain a life for each elf in play.
3, 4, and then I can tap it and gain a life for each elf in play, yes. Pay 1, tap it to untap my Elvish Mystic, and then
it just makes it a lot more restrictive what you get to do.
It does. It makes me think about it more. And then I'll just tap Well-Wisher
for a life for each of them.
5 life.
So is this a 4/4?
5/5.
5/5.
He just has 4 counters.
You know what? I'm gonna do that anyway. I'm going to tap out and bring Daretti in.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use his +2 ability. I'm going to discard Mirror Battlesphere.
Okay.
Trading Post. The goats.
The goats.
Pass turn.
Okay.
So I've got my value of what I wanted in here, oddly enough. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it worked.
I'll go 2 Nykthos for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which taps those, gives me 8. I will Green Sun Zenith for 6.
Okay.
So I just search for a creature with CMC 6 or less, put it to the field, and then I shuffle my library and shuffle this into my library.
Right, so you've got 2 floating after, if I'm correct.
No, so I would have 1.
Okay.
Because this costs
okay, you're right.
6,
You would have 1. 6
so I
plus
pay
the green.
7 into it.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to grab Vigor.
Oh, God. Okay. I'm okay with that.
Okay, 1 floating, I'll cast Elephant Grass. Cumulative upkeep 1. Black creatures cannot attack me. Non-black creatures cannot attack me unless their controller pays an additional 2 for each attacking creature.
Noted. Alright.
I will...
If you attack, you gotta attack out.
So I will attack.
Okay.
Elvish,
4,
Vanguard.
6, 7,
5, 6, 7, 8.
8.
Yes.
Alright. And who are you swinging at?
I guess I could swing at Daretti, huh? He's fine, you.
Me? Okay, so 8, put in Pilgrim's Eye, which get to search for a basic land, put it into my hand.
And you haven't played a land.
And I haven't played a land, so I'm going to play a land.
Let me guess, it's a mountain.
It's a mountain. And it was literally the top card of my deck. But I'm going to tap him.
Okay.
And this will let me exchange places of Pilgrim's Eye and Mere Battlesphere.
Mm-hmm.
So Mere Battlesphere in play now.
Wait. What? Oh my gosh. Okay.
So he's tapped. I got Mere Battlesphere in here. When Mere Battlesphere enters the battlefield, create 4 1/1 colorless mirror creatures. If I'm correct, the mirror creatures are artifact creatures. Yes?
Yeah, they're mirror artifact
Okay.
tokens.
So I'm going to do -2,
Okay.
and I'm going to sack,
Sack one.
because it doesn't say non-token. I'm going to sack one of my mirror creatures, and I'm going to bring this back to play. And I'm going to search for a land.
That's fantastic. That's awesome.
Kind of interesting. Now I have...
You just got so much value out of playing that Pilgrim's Eye.
and honestly, that little Goblin Welder is... You don't really think much of it. It's a 1/1 for 1. You're like, whatever. Yeah. But with Daretti, so that's what I was going for last game. I had Worm Coil Engine in my hand, and I was waiting to do it the next turn.
Just sacrifice it or discard it.
I was going to discard it and then put something... and I had Pilgrim's Eye. I was going to put it on the field, and I was going to do the same thing, flip the position there. And I will cast Magma Spray, and I'm going to deal 2 damage to Ezuri.
Elephant Grass.
Actually, no, I lie.
What?
This is damage dealt.
Oh. Okay.
Let me go ahead and help you out there.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. So you deal 2 damage to it, and it actually gets 2 counters.
2 counters.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
Thanks for helping me there. I need to pay attention to my board state better. During my upkeep, I have to pay 1 for Elephant Grass, cumulative upkeep. I'll play a land for turn, Cavern of Souls, choosing Elves. I can use it to tap for colorless, or I can tap it and use it to cast a creature spell of chosen type, and it can't be countered. Activate Ezuri's ability once. And I did pay the 3 green, because it's 3 green, 2 colorless. 1, 2, 3, and then 2. Elf creatures I control get +3/+3 and being trampled until end of turn. Attack with...
Everyone.
Everyone. Yeah, that's right. I was like, what? Yeah, everyone. Vigor.
Alright, so I will... So how does this work? If in combat, if I'm defending, if damage is dealt, do they still get the counters instead of taking damage?
Yes, if they're dealt damage, then...
So basically nothing can hurt them as long as he's on the field.
Yeah.
He essentially gives everything indestructible with a +1/+1 counter.
Kind of. Besides him, your best bet's going to be to block him with, Mere Battlesphere and 2 of your tokens, and kill it.
I'm going to block with Mere Battlesphere, and I will do it with the 2 tokens.
Okay.
So it'll leave this with 1.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And then what am I taking?
So
The rest
this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, and 4. Because I activated his ability once.
So 8, 7, that's 15 plus 4, 19.
Yeah.
So I go from 25 down to 6.
And then Vigor dies. It goes to the graveyard. I shuffle it in.
Tap.
Yep.
Exchange positions of Trading Post and Pilgrim's Eye.
Oh my gosh, goats.
Goats. -2 him, so he's down to 1 now.
Sacrifice and bring it back.
Sack this. Bring this back. Look for another mountain. Take that land that I just took.
Mm-hmm.
Tap this. Discard a card. Gain 4 life.
Nice.
Like you said, he's a 5, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna tap 2 red. And what is he?
4/4. Because you can't kill these, right? So that's what you're,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm gonna
So
deal
you can
3.
just kill all of these.
So I'm gonna cast that
Starstorm.
instant Starstorm. I'm just gonna deal 3 damage to each of them. To everybody.
Damage to creatures.
To each creature. Mine included.
Okay.
So it will kill my welder
And the pilgrim.
and the pilgrim.
I'm not going to pay that. The cumulative upkeep.
You're not bringing your elves back?
How do I bring them back? That's not what that does.
Regenerate another target elf.
That doesn't mean bring it back from the graveyard. Though.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's like when it dies, I can pay 1 to regenerate it, but it's not like recursion.
But yeah, I know. I thought about that. It's not gonna work because I tapped you out.
You're just gonna beat my face in with a Mer Bouncer?
No.
Goats?
I'm gonna make a bunch of 0/1 goats.
Do it.
And then no. So I will.
Coat of Arms. Make infinite goats, coat of arms. They all get plus.
That would be interesting. That would be kind of a funny thing. A
That'd be
jank deck
awesome.
would be cool. I guess I'll do his +2.
Discarding 1
So
or 2.
he's back at 3. I'm going to discard 1. And I'm going to discard Swiftfoot Boots.
Yep.
I'm going to tap out 7.
Uh-oh.
Pentavus.
Okay.
Pentavus enters the battlefield with 5 1/1 counters on it. So I'm now sitting with a 4/7, a 5/5, and a guy that can't do a whole lot of other things than play with my graveyard.
2 forests and 2 colorless. I'll use one of those to cast an Arbor Elf. Tap that Arbor Elf to untap a forest. Oh, and this gets another counter.
Yeah. I'm going to tap out my 8
Okay.
and play Bogarden Hellkite. Flash flying. When Bogarden enters the battlefield, it deals 5 damage divided as I choose among any number of targets.
Okay.
I'm going to. How much does this have? 4?
Yeah, it's a
I'm
4/4.
going to deal 4 to hit to Ezuri and 1 to your Arbor Elf.
I will pay 1 to regenerate the Arbor Elf, and then Ezuri dies. I will play land for turn, Wirewood Lodge. I can tap it to add 1, or I can pay a forest and tap it to untap target elf. And then I will pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to cast Ezuri. 1 more counter on him.
I put
Now
this in here last night, and I was like, this is a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea anymore. Tap 1, remove a 1/1 counter from the Pentavus,
Okay.
create a token
To sacrifice it.
to pay my 2 to sack, bring back Swiftfoot Boots
Okay.
into my hand. Oh, it goes to the battlefield, doesn't it? Yep, it goes to the
Yeah.
battlefield.
Yeah.
Bring in Horde Smelter Dragon, which is flying. I can pay 3 and a red and destroy target artifact. Horde Smelter Dragon gets +X+0 till end of turn, where X is that artifact's converted mana cost. I
Okay.
will now pay the last 1 to put my Swiftfoot Boots on the Horde Smelter Dragon. I will move to attack. Yes, move to attack with the Bogarden Hellkite and the Horde Smelter Dragon.
Yes.
Both flying
I will take
the 10.
10. So I did the 5 and then 5
Yeah.
more. Play land for turn.
I think it probably would have been a good idea to get rid of Daretti earlier.
This game is going nowhere for me. I put something in this deck specifically for your flyers,
Oh, did you?
but I'm not getting it. See, now he's just going to start putting ridiculous creatures on the board.
I'm going to play my land for turn, which will return a mountain to my hand,
Okay.
and this comes in tap.
I told Jake when he plays those tap lands to tap the mana before he bounces it just to have an extra one.
And I did
So-
not know this. So I'm sitting at 8. I did my +2. I'm going to discard
The land.
that mountain that I got put down my enchanted creature spirit, Eidolon of the Great Revel. So, whenever a player casts a spell with a converted mana cost of 3 or less, Eidolon of the Great deals 2 damage to that player. Actually, I'm going to just pass turn.
Okay.
I'm not going to attack.
3 green, 3 colorless. I'll use 2 of the colorless to cast Thought Vessel.
Take 2 damage.
2 damage. 4, I'll go Arbor Elf to untap and tap it. 5, I will activate Ezuri's ability. Let's just.
Alright.
So 11.
Alright, I'm going to move
and then
to defend in the 5 here, right?
Yeah.
This is a 5. I'm going to go ahead and block with the Pentavis.
Okay.
And the Horde Smelter Dragon on Ezuri, Mirror Battlesphere, and Bogard and Hellkite. And Eidolon of the Great Revel. You're going to take
both
these two?
Both of these, yeah.
Okay.
Both of the flyers.
So, both of those will go down?
Yes.
You're going to take the flyer.
The dragons are off the board, and then...
So is he.
So
I'm going to play my land for turn, which
Yep.
is an artifact land this time. +2, so he's going to 7. I will discard my Magma Quake, which I was holding on to ramp up and take out your little beastie there and leave my dragons on the board. I'm going to tap out my 6 here. Play Warmonger Hellkite.
Oh
All
my
creatures
gosh.
attack each combat if able. I will also pay my colorless and red, or attacking creatures get a +1/+0. So we'll just leave those off for now. So that's 12 plus 6.
He doesn't attack.
Oh yeah, you're right. He's got something sickness. So
It's 11, 12, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So 13 damage. I have Swiftfoot boots chilling.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll do the 13
could've.
and leave it alone. So now I have a defender sitting here.
Archetype of Endurance. Creatures I control have hexproof. Creatures my opponents control lose hexproof and cannot have it.
Okay.
And you're just going to slowly beat my face in.
Not doing it. I'm going to +2 here. Discard this card. Ichor Wellspring.
Yeah.
Because I'm not taking the damage from casting it. I can't really do a whole lot, so I'm going to tap for 1 and 1. Make these all an additional +1.
Mm-hmm.
And attack out.
10, 16, 19.
10, 16, 19. That
That
leaves
would
you
put
with
me at
1.
1.
That leaves you with
That
1.
would put me at 1. You know you can do that multiple times.
Oh, I can.
You can.
So I guess I'll do another one. We'll just make this go.
Go all out. Kill me.
So, well, that makes...
No, it would just straight up kill me. If you did it 4 times, which you could, you have enough mana.
3...
I could block that one, but that would all still kill me.
So everything gets 4 here. Oh no, I can do it 5 times. This taps for
That
1
taps
and a
for
red. So 5 times. We'll do 5. We're gonna add 5 to each. So 9, 4, 9, 7, 10, 5, and 7, 2.
That's more than
38.
enough, because I could block that one.
And 7, yeah.
They would both die, and then those would just kill me.
So at that point, it puts me at like 38 damage dealt by these 3. If I'm
So
getting it right.
I'll block the Eidolon. Thank you for joining us for today's awesome versus. The second game was better.
You know what?
The second
point though is to see what you can do, and you
exactly
did something new with a new deck really fast.
I was not expecting it to work that good, and it did. And then the second game got shut down a little bit, which
By a card that I didn't expect to do that well,
Right.
and I'm assuming you didn't either.
I didn't like. As soon as you played it, and then I read it a couple times, and I was like, oh, okay.
Hey, so I'm gonna let him open up a box and a bundle for me.
That's right.
For the Patreons on here, we'll go ahead and send you guys each a booster pack. Right now we're only at 2, but if you have more by then, each Patreon gets a booster pack.
Heck yeah, that's pretty cool. Gonna give him a booster pack from the box.
Booster pack from the box.
Go thank Jake down in the comments below. That's awesome. Have a good night. We'll see you in the next video. Alright guys, so here are the first ever patron winnings. Congratulations to Aiden and Andrew for everything that you have got, and thank you very much for being the awesome patrons that you are. And Cat. Oh, there's just a cat now. Say hi, Gertrude. Oh, okay. So the first two cards were from the original patron opening, and then Jake wanted to give you guys something a little extra. Oh my gosh, and now the other cat's in here. I guess this is just a cat patron giveaway video. Guys, come on. Hey. Hey. Stop it. Oh my. Get her. Get off the. Get off. Go. Go. And then Jake wanted to give something a little extra from his Core 19 booster box, which ended up being pretty ridiculous. We pulled both of these packs off of the top row, and they were both mythics. And as well, he got the Johnny off the top row. That box was just ridiculous if you saw that. So I'm going to be sending off the Galta, Faithless Looting, Vivian Reed, the Foil Arcane Encyclopedia that was out of that pack, and then the 3 uncommons. And then for Aiden over here, we've got the Palladium Moors, the Ruiner, as well as Dragon Egg, Gnarls Barkley Twins, and then Brawl Bash Ogre. I really hope you guys like the winnings for this month's giveaway. I don't know how we're going to top it next month. I'm sending these out Tuesday, July 17th. Let me know when you guys get them. Thank you again. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video.